And I think the politics of our poverty is reflected in the poverty of our politics. It's very important that we remember that problems of poverty alleviation have to be privileged over the promotion of prosperity. And it's not a question of corporates making a lot of money and then giving a little bit of that in charity. It's a question of the system of governance that we are running. We need to empower the poorest to supply to themselves public goods.
But your government should be exactly doing that instead of blaming the corporates. Let me bring you into the other point that Swaminathan Iyer has raised. In fact, not Manishankar, his brother, that in fact it's very easy to attack the industrialists. It's very easy to attack the rich. On the other hand, it's up to the government actually to ensure the level playing field by providing income, opportunity and security.
Absolutely.
If the government doesn't do that, then attacking the rich becomes a soft option.
It's, of course, there's no discussion on legality or illegality of being rich and therefore be spending. As in, we know that poverty today is not a disaster, it's an ongoing disaster, and a lot of it is created because of bad governance, because of bad planning that we're talking about. So every year, if you have hundreds of people becoming billionaires, you also have thousands of people who are actually committing suicide, farmers committing suicide. So there is a problem, as in, one is of course the growing disparity, which is common sense now, and when Montek Singh Ahluwalia disputes and says...
So you believe that in a country like India, the rich have a duty to be low-key about their wealth?
It's vulgar, in the sense you can't say, oh, look baby, I'm very rich. As in, at the end of the day, when you're looking at issues of poverty and despair and homelessness and powerlessness, it's criminal, it's vulgar. Of course, it's a thing right everywhere. As in, right now when you see someone at Ambani's 27-story house, you actually have thousands and thousands of people sleeping around.
Mr. Ambani could argue that he's made the money. He's just first generation out of a
and therefore he will not be penalized.
So why can't he have the kind of house he wants?
Consciousness that we're talking about.
But Shagarika, I think the moot question lies in three domains. Domain one, is vulgarity the norm? I don't think so. And we are no one to comment whether A is vulgar or B is vulgar. To each his own, whether they sleep a good night's sleep. I think the second issue which Mani touched upon is the system, and he talks about the politics of poverty and the poverty in our politics, but the poverty in our politics has been engendered by various political parties of different hues. So I agree with him that yes, we need systemic correction, but that systemic correction cannot be at the fault of people who are successful or who you deem rich. And my third issue is, and there I would take cudgels with the media, I've said this on your program before, it is tragic that in a country where Manusmriti 3,700 years ago talks about daan, you have rich lists. Not one newspaper in the world or magazine publishes a give list. And it's important to publish that give list.
That's a very good point.
Say it's not about corporates giving. I think in some form or the other, we've also got to help communities and engage with those communities in the best possible manner.
Yeah, and that's why I completely agree that, right now, economic efficiency is the main motto for the country and not compassion. So when we look at a country where there are issues, we only look at growth. We only look at 8% and 9% and 10% and the big brands and the stampede created by them. We're not looking at how there are thousands of people, millions of people who live completely deprived of basic necessities.